me being the risk taker that I am, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to one of these protests and I'm going to be a part of it. And I'm going to go so in depth. I'm going to go into the actual like meetings where people are discussing their strategy on the protest, updating the students on what was happening. So I'd attend those like gatherings. And through attending the gatherings, I was exposed to a different side of the story. And this was more of what I was kind of seeing on social media, but not to a full degree. And I could see that that side of the story was completely different to what was being shown on the news. What was being shown on the news was being framed in one way, and what was happening on the ground from the students' perspective was a completely different experience. So on the news, they were basically saying that the students are, you know, rioting, breaking, damaging, you know, there was a lot of negative connotation around what was happening. And my experience on the ground, seeing what the students were doing, seeing how they were mobilizing, seeing the structure and the organization behind everything, I could see that there was a very different story of what was happening in reality. So I decided, you know what, I want to be involved in this and I want to share my perspective. So what I would do is I would go to varsity with my camera and go to the protest and document what was happening there. So I'd take pictures and videos. And that was a very interesting experience. Like, I remember getting hit by rocks. Having policemen threatening to shoot me. Like, yeah, it was crazy. But through that experience, it was just an opportunity to kind of capture my perception, what I was seeing. And like I said, content has the power to change perception. So my goal with that was to put stuff out and to hopefully change and shift some perspective. And that's what I did. And through that, people would engage with the content. I had the opportunity to share people's stories. And that was like the next step along the process of this journey of, you know, using content as a tool. That was kind of the second, I would say, use case that I had to kind of test the waters and see how content could be used to shift perspectives.